to. Oh no. I gotta hide. We can make a play. Right in the beginning of times, there was the ocean until the mother islands emerged, long before the outposts rose and before the machines flew in the sky. There was the jungle, a world untouched by law. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This journey follows a dangerous yet a magical adventure. Deep within the dense forest of the most brutal biome, our journey begins. It's 20 hours into fresh wipe, with the population of over 600 online players, all fighting tooth and nail to survive. A scenario where the stakes couldn't be any higher. The harsh truth of my first experience exploring the jungle. It's absolutely breathtaking and brutally unforgiving. I came here expecting beauty, and what I found was something entirely different. Our mission today, of course, was to survive and do the best as we could. What you're about to witness is over 100 hours of raw footage, condensed into one epic adventure. If you're returning from previous videos, welcome back, legends. I just want to say your likes and comments, all your support, it all means the world to me. Without further ado, let the adventure begin. Welcome to Born into the Wild. Alright, here we are. I spawned up the northeast side of the map, right on the beach, like everyone else. Rock in hands, ocean behind. And honestly, it was pure chaos. Naked players everywhere, clubbing at each other with rocks like some kind of prehistoric battle royale. I really didn't want to get involved into that. This was a new server, which I've never played before. Fresh wipe and has no plan, no location in mind. I just wanted to explore, so I started heading inland, towards the center of the map, hoping Rust would hand me a sign. Trust, it was faster than I thought. Turns out it did. 2 naked were scrapping right in the path that I was running. One went down, and just as I tried to swerve past the other, he came charging at me. Thankfully, I had some mushrooms from the beach to keep my health up. Let's say he kindly gave me all his loot, and now with 500 wood and a few scraps from 2 nakeds, it was just enough for me to get started. I quickly crafted a wooden axe and kept moving deeper into the forest. And this is where we are now, with a 2x1 recently upgraded to stone. We're a bit safer now, but the main priority is getting that wooden door swapped out for metal. Why? Well, a wooden door is basically an invitation. Anyone with a flamethrower or a few molotovs, or even just enough time and tools, can echo raid it, burn it down, or chop it through without using any proper explosives. A metal door, on the other hand, is a whole different story. You can't burn it, you can't pickaxe it. You actually need satchels or explosives, and that's expensive. So getting the metal door down early is not just an upgrade, it's a statement. We're here to stay, guys, and we are not going to make it easy for anyone to raid us. Second metal door down, and we are feeling safe. Ooh, so exposed on this jump up. Here we go. Naked across the river. He must come this way, right? He's got to cross the river. No, he's going the other way. That's fine. Some notes now, and farming is vital. The jungle, as far as I've seen, seriously lacks key resources. Cloth and wood, yeah, we've got plenty, but metal, sulfur, even basic stone, it's rare. That makes progression slow, and every node matters. So whenever I stumble across one, I have to farm it. Doesn't matter if it's out in the open or next to a suspicious looking bush. If I don't take it, someone else will. But here's the thing, even farming is dangerous in the jungle. The forest is dense, vines, bush, tall trees. It's beautiful, yeah, but also terrifying. Simply, visibility is terrible. You can't hear people coming. You can't see them hiding. Anyone could be 5 feet away crouching with a bow or a DB just waiting for you. You are constantly paranoid. Every swing of the pickaxe feels like the echoes too loud. But that's the thing, it works both ways. What makes this place dangerous also gives us an edge. We can use this terrain, use the shadows, the bush, the chaos, and luckily I've got the right skin for it. Jungle camel, dark stones, low profile. So if they want to play sneaky, we will play an unfair game of ghosts. What? This guy is a ninja. What? No way. Impossible, guys. The angle. He shot me through the tree. No, something's wrong. It was at this moment, not fully content with what just happened, that I decided to follow the footsteps of the person who had just killed me. I didn't know exactly what I was looking for, maybe a base, maybe a second chance, but I knew he went that way, so I followed. Unfortunately, despite the attempt to track him down, I couldn't find him, and to make things worse, the sun was about to set, which meant one thing: the jungle, always dangerous, was about to become a terrifying place to be at night. What a relief. You know, when you play Rust, there is always that little bit of anxiety when you log back in. Those few seconds before the game launches, your heart's already racing. Where we raided, that adrenaline, it kicks in every single time, and since yesterday ended on a rough note, I decided to be proactive. And to my surprise, not long after, I spotted a victim. I lined up to shoot, nothing. My gun wasn't firing. For a second, I just stood there, confused. I looked down at my mouse, thinking maybe he died, but it was still moving, so it couldn't be it. I quickly switched to my sword, thinking I could at least defend myself, and barely made it back to base. It turns out something happened with my settings during the night before, and for that reason, when I tried to shoot, it didn't work. And the person is gone. Just like that. Oh, I think that person killed himself. I'm definitely not going this way. So, I'm starting to think that it's gonna be really hard to find some nodes, especially meta ones. We have to look on the map. We see where we could find. I see that is snow around this area. Q7. Okay, so we have some nodes here. I really don't like to be farming around here. Small steps wins the race. Trust. Oh yes, that's absolutely huge. I'm so happy we got a jackhammer. We made it home. We made it home, guys. I'm really surprised since there is 600 players in this server and we haven't crossed into anyone yet. Well, only nakeds. I think just because we are near the beach and also we're not really close to, you know, those monuments. And that's fine. That's completely fine. I really would like to get some bear road. A lot of cloth all over this jungle and wood. Our little 2x1 was decent, but it wasn't going to hold up much longer, especially how active raids was happening. And if you've been paying close attention throughout the video, you probably noticed too, constant booming in the distance. Yeah, that wasn't just thunder, it was raids, explosives echoing through the jungle like war drums. We were lucky we hadn't been targeted, not yet anyway. But it turns out most of the big clans, they tend to avoid the jungle. Too dangerous, too unpredictable, the terrain's wild, and it makes coordination harder for large groups. And that worked in our favor. Being tucked away gave us a chance, so I got to work on upgrading the base. Honeycombing was the first step, adding extra layers of walls around your core to slow down raiders. It's not just about protection, it's about time. Every extra layer means they burn more explosives, take longer, and maybe, just maybe, they give up before reaching the good stuff. I also started reinforcing the roof and added a second airlock. Nothing fancy yet, but enough to make someone think twice before knocking. Progress felt good. The kind of progress you only feel in Rust when you've made it past your first night and built something worth protecting. And hey, before we go any further, I just want to say something real quick. I would like to thank you all for your likes and comments on the past videos. I'm very new to Rust and even newer to making content here on YouTube. Editing, voiceovers, thumbnails, it's all a bit intimidating to be honest. But your feedback and your support, it means a lot to me. So seriously, thank you. If you're still watching, then this part right here, this is for you. Something to remind all of us. For all the chaos, Rust still has moments to surprise you, because I knew since the beginning something was fishy. And this is a win for the community. So guys, here's a little tip for you, something I've learned over 300 hours of playing Rust. If your resources are up, upgrade your base immediately. Never leave loot behind sitting around waiting to be taken. I've learned this on my very first wipe. After a full day of farming, I was hitting the nodes, looting barrels, grabbing every bit of cloth and scrap that I could. I finally had enough to start to building something decent. I made a 2x2 and I got crafting stone walls. I had metal frags, stones, and everything needed to seal it properly. But it was very late in the night, so I figured I would just do it tomorrow. You already know what happens. Next day, I spawned back in, but not in my base. I was back on the beach, no bag, no base. I ran over to the original place where I built my base, and there it was. My base was sealed. Someone had found it, upgraded it, and taken everything completely. All my loot, all my farming, gone. So yeah, if take one thing from this video, upgrade your base immediately, soon as you can. Don't wait around. Rust doesn't give you a second chance, and someone's always out there ready to take yours. What the freaking this guy's doing? Of course he heard me shooting. What? He's pushing me, and he's got a crossbow. He knows I have a revo. My guy crazy. No! Oh no, sorry guys. I should have killed him. So I decided to go back to where I was, and I don't know, as soon as I got there, I got the binoculars and I looked into the water treatment and I saw someone running. But this person has a bow. I wasn't sure if it was the same person. All I knew is that things wasn't going our way. And with that memory still fresh in my mind, it was time to head back to base and get those wooden walls up. The focus now was fortifying, making sure our base was strong enough so we could eventually leave and start exploring, maybe even raiding some of our neighbors, which you will get to know them very soon. The sun was setting and I knew I didn't want to log out with my base still exposed. So before anything else, I made a priority to at least get those wooden walls in place before leaving the server for the night. Now, just so you know, at the time the server was booming. I cut a lot of footage to keep the video clean, but trust me, there were people everywhere. Naked groups, clans jumping up and down the trees. It was crazy. But and then something happened. I got door camped by 3 players. It was frustrating as hell. They didn't want me to leave my base, kept circling, waiting, just trying to catch me sleeping. Luckily, I knew they couldn't brace me. Not while I was still online and ready to defend. But I still needed some wood to finish the walls. And getting that wood, that turned into a real struggle. Every tree felt like a risk. Every swing of the hatchet echoes through the jungle. But I had no choice. I had to make the final upgrades of risking losing everything again. Since farming near my base was completely out of question, not with a group of 3 door campers hovering around, I made the call to head out towards the outpost. The plan was very simple. Farm along the way, maybe catch someone with loot, recycle what I could at the outpost, and hopefully make it back home with enough to finish my walls. It was risky, yeah, but sometimes in Rust, the safest play is getting far away. And it almost paid off. On the way there, I spotted someone farming. It looked like he had been farming for a while too, so I creeped up and waited for the right moment. With only 1 bullet, I made the play. Unfortunately, 1 bullet wasn't enough, so I had to get him with a bow knife. Easy. What a nice run, guys. As expected, there is always someone farming near the outpost. So I believe what I have to do now is to farm this. However, there's always people surrounding the outpost. So the best thing what I have to do now is to wait till the night so I can make my way home. But before that, I'm gonna place a bag. There's someone by the rocks camping. Dang, loser. Yeah, that's what I told you guys. So I have to wait in the night. But before, I had to place a bag. Because last time I was at the outpost, I died. And the person who kills me respawned and got all the loot before me. It's been a wild first day, full of chaos, setbacks and small victories. But if Rust has taught me anything, is that momentum starts small and builds up fast. We are still standing, still fighting, and the best yet to come. Trust me. If you're enjoying the journey so far, hit the follow, because next time things are about to get to a whole nother level. Thanks for watching.